I will tell you a story.
Go on.
The difference between heaven and hell. A king was having a conversation with a wise man one day and said, "Wise man, I would like to know what heaven and hell are like." The wise man led the king to two doors. He opened one and the king looked inside. In the middle of the room was a large, round table. In the middle of the table was a large pot of stew that smelled delicious and made the king's mouth water. Even so, the people sitting around the table were thin and sickly. They appeared to be famished, on the verge of starving to death. They were holding spoons with very long handles, but, because the handles were longer than their arms, they could not get them back into their mouths. The king shuddered at the sight of their misery and suffering. "You have just seen hell," said the wise man, shutting the door to the first room. "Now let us see heaven." They went to the next room and opened the door. It was exactly the same as the first one. There was the large, round table with the large pot of stew that once again made the king's mouth water with its rich, savory scent. The people were equipped with the same long, handled spoons. But here the people were well-nourished and plump, laughing and talking. The king said, "I don't understand." "It is simple," said the wise man. "It requires only one skill. You see, the long, handled spoon doesn't allow them to reach their mouths, so each one feeds the person facing him across the table, instead of trying to feed himself. In this way the people in this room have learned to feed each other."
What should I learn in this story?
Well, the moral of the story, once we realize that teamwork is the difference between heaven and hell, it all seems so easy. But many of us would often rather starve than ask for help. We feel this may mark us as weak or inferior and hence, try to solve every situation ourselves, regardless of the skills and talents of our team members. Success and happiness are both about effective teamwork, so we must work as a team to make the workplace something special.
Wow, this story is very interesting. It could change someone's lives.
Yeah, I know.
Thanks for telling me this story. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome.